if the Red Stars win, they clinch with the Wed Stars.
The Wed
The Wed
Stars
Stars.
with a Capri Sun. I'm so sorry. I was trying so hard to hold it together. Something to Wed Stars.
Okay.
Riley comes in. Angel City on the block.
Corner kick presented by Cedars-Sinai. Shifty work into the box. And across. It's in. Oh, it's LaRue. It's a dream return.
Welcome to Casual FC, an Angel City preview pod. I'm your host, Mario Salazar, with my ramen loving, just got home co-host, Angela Morales.
Hello. I just made some kind of fancy homemade ramen.
Yeah.
Like it's legit. I say kind of fancy because it's not just noodles. Like there's vegetables and cheese.
You didn't just do
And
the
some,
one packet with the sprinkle on the
yeah,
the flavoring.
right. Like I put multiple seasonings in there. There's some chili oil, but it's chili de arbol. It's very good.
Nice.
Yeah, it's tasty. I had 4 bites before we started recording, so I will be sustained after an 8.5 hour drive.
Yeah. You had a long on the road type of weekend.
Busy weekend.
And so did Angel City. So before we get started with everything, remember it's that voting time. I got my book, my little book.
Yeah,
I got it today, and starting to read up. Get yourself all figured out. October 21st is the deadline to register online in California. So if you haven't do that or you need to check it, go ahead and do that. Get yourself situated. Get yourself ready to do something.
And congratulations to one of our listener, Katie's husband, whose name she did not put in the Discord, but he just became a citizen, took and passed the test last week, has already probably registered to vote, or they were doing it when they got back from their trip, something like that. But so pumped for you guys. What an accomplishment. Yes. That's generally such a difficult thing to do for a variety of reasons, because we don't make it easy here in America to do anything, but especially
that test
to become a citizen.
This is harder than the stuff that I learned in elementary school. Like, it's stupid hard.
God, it's like, I don't remember the 27th president of the United States. Who cares? He's dead. I don't know.
I sometimes I wonder, I'm like, how many of our current senators and politicians, if you made them take the citizenship test, would actually pass? Right?
I have assumptions.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is our match preview, which I kind of like your intro last time, and I changed it somewhere. I don't know if I changed it in all the places yet, but we are the match preview and at times footy therapy session podcast.
Yeah, second half of the season turns into footy therapy more often than not.
So today we are celebrating with our footy therapy a massive 3 points. We'll talk about all the other stuff that went along with those 3 points. And this is our match preview episode for the match against North Carolina Courage at WakeMed. WakeMed?
Did you put wake me up before you go? Yeah, WakeMed.
Okay. And this is the preview for the soccer match on Saturday, October 12th. Angel City will be traveling to North Carolina for the Courage, which, the hurricane's not hitting there. I mean, everybody that's in the path of the hurricane, fingers crossed for you. Please heed the warnings. If you're listening to us from the East Coast and the path around Florida,
we don't know what to do or how to help you. Get your ass out of there.
Just listen to the officials when they say, let's evacuate. Yeah. Okay, I digress. North Carolina Courage match that Angel City will be traveling to WakeMed Soccer Park. The game is going to be at 4:30 Pacific time. It's going to be on ionTV and also broadcasting on the radio with iHeartRadio. So listen to Isaac and Tracy.
Woo.
There is an official Angel City watch party at, drumroll, Watch Me Sports Bar in Long Beach. Our favorite place. We're so excited. And there's a private, not so private screening of the Surrender to the Sound documentary, which is a student documentary about the Angel City supporters. We've heard amazing things about it. We're excited to be able to see it at some point, and they will be doing a screening of that at the bar before the game starts. So everything starts at 3:30. They're going to have a screening, and then the game starts at 4:30. So go down there. We've been getting requests, actually. I don't know if you've been noticing our IG DMs, but there's been requests as if we were going to be there, if we're going to be showing up.
Oh,
I got one request of, will we be doing bingo cards?
I think at every watch party we're gonna have to do bingo from now on. It's official. I will not be there. I have to rest and unpack and be a human. Like, I kind of need to rot on the couch for a day. So I will be watching from home. It's also WNBA playoff time, and there's just a lot. And I want to do very little.
Yeah, my daughter was sick all last weekend.
No.
And we didn't get to do much. And this weekend we don't know if we're going to be able to do. I mean, she's fine now, but again, do we catch up on stuff that we were supposed to do last week? Like all that stuff. So we'll see. Also, for me, Long Beach is really far, but it is a great place to watch the match. We had a ton of fun.
It's going to be a packed house, especially now that this is a ACFC sponsored watch party. Get there way before 3:30. So, get there at noon. Honestly, just park.
I will give you this piece of advice. Head to the watch party if you can early. Like Angela said, just sit, park it. There's going to be plenty of sports to watch while you're sitting there.
Baseball playoffs, WNBA playoffs, college sports are starting. You got nothing to do but watch sports all day.
And I will say, it is a restaurant. It is a bar. Don't just park yourself and not order stuff. Like, order stuff, or else you're kind of taking up a seat that somebody else would be ordering. But if you are going to be ordering, then great. Park yourself. Wait for the game. Wait for everybody to show up. If you get there and they're really full, they're pretty nice about opening up some kind of standing room only spaces, especially outdoors, right? Indoors usually causes a problem. Like they can get in trouble with the fire department, but outdoors they just kind of scoot the little velvet rope back a little bit,
little stanchions back. Yeah.
There was a huge group that came during our watch party that, like, unfortunately they were not prepared and they left, but they offered Jax offered to like move the stanchions back and kind of give them some space to stand around, but they were all dressed to the nines.
There was like 30 some people there too. It wasn't just like a group of 4.
It was like they were like in church clothes or something. Either way, get there early. If not, get there on time. If you're gonna be there like at watch party time, it's a small space. Give them some grace with trying to order food.
Yeah.
Order drinks. Like, order your food, but don't go hungry. If you go hungry and then you're going to get hangry about it, no.
And then be mean, don't do that.
Or get upset that the food took a while. Like, it's going to take a long time if there's,
if they're at capacity.
100 people there. It's going to be insane. Yeah. Word of warning, of caution, really. Be prepared for a fun time.
Yeah. It's a freaking blast to watch me in general, but especially for Angel City.
If there is a way that I could make it down there, I'm definitely going to try to, but we'll see. Okay. Well, again, watch party starts at 3:30, special screening of the documentary, and the game starts at 4:30.
So,
yes,
the good news of the week.
Devil's Trifecta.
We won.
Is no more.
Exactly. Devil's Trifecta. Who's that? I don't know her. And then the cool upcoming news. The next match is Kristen Press's 100th NWSL appearance.
Asterisk if she gets subbed in.
If she, honest to God. But
The next time
she played 30-some minutes in the last game. There's hope.
This season, she's played 6 matches, and she has a total of 90 minutes. And I only know that because I was verifying her 100th appearance of NWSL. So the next match that she touches the pitch officially will be her 100th appearance in the NWSL.
Yay.
That's going to be
finally
awesome. Woo.
Yeah, it's a party, all kinds of stuff. But
all right, so what do we got for the Chaos Award?
Lord help us. That's what we got. So everybody knows what happened this week in the world of Angel City.
And if you don't,
this is what happened. So the league investigated us again. And I'm assuming other teams are going to be investigated regarding this.
It's going forward, they will be, but it doesn't say that.
Oh, so not right now. Got it. That sounds about right. So what happened was during the calendar year last year, 2023, we apparently, I say we as the collective Angel City we, not me and Mario, because LOL. We have not come up across brand partnerships yet. But Angel City apparently entered into 5 side letters, like agreements, little side deals directly with players that impacted the multi-year agreements with the team, and that wasn't disclosed to the league. So these agreements included a combo of like compensation or benefits that were reflected in the standard player agreement, plus excess benefits that were neither reported to the league or clarified in that standard agreement.
Basically, they were juicing up what a player can get by the CBA, by the letter of the law, the CBA. They were juicing it up just to be like, this is going to be nicer for you. The reason the slap on the wrist is so large was because they were trying to be sneaky about it, you know?
And honestly, this team runs like a tech startup, so I don't know if they were being shady about it or not, or they just weren't paying attention. Because this isn't the first time that we just haven't paid attention.
It's not an Angel City year.
And I have feelings
It's
about
not an
that.
Angel City year unless we get fined.
But the thing is the majority of these fines are/have been incredibly avoidable.
Yeah.
And this was said a lot in the early days of Angel City of what are they going to do because the team is not run by folks who know soccer. Yeah. This is what happens.
Yeah, this is what happens.
You could put my hand and just put the violation right here. This is what happens when you don't pay attention to the rules. There's direct impact.
Yeah. And so like the way I'm reading this, and again, when it comes to certain news pieces, there's only so much that everybody is regurgitating. We're doing it the same way, you know, and everybody regurgitates it and then gives you their opinion, and that's what we're doing too. So we can't tell you any more than what's in the NWSL press release, right? We're basically reading the press release to you. It's like additional side letters, you know, who's my side piece? What the hell does that mean? You know, and it basically just, I mean, and if you look it up, they're using the legal term side letter is something that adds to a collective.
It's just a side deal.
Yeah,
like it's,
basically.
Yeah.
What exactly those deals were, who those players were, how it actually impacted the salary cap. Nobody fucking knows.
Right.
It's all it says, due to the undisclosed benefits, thank you for being transparent, ACFC exceeded the salary cap by approximately $50,000 for 4 weeks. Okay, one, NWSL themselves being shady as fuck. Not, you know, if you're going to do this, people are going to be upset. People are going to be like, what the hell's going on? And then you give no other information. And so every media outlet.
I think this is just press release legality talk, though, because they're not going to tell you who, what, where, or how, because then that would get them in bigger trouble for disclosing specific contract details that aren't privy to everyone.
Yeah.
So that
I mean, I kind of understand, but
it's annoying.
It's also, you know, you hear us talking about this and it's exactly the same that CBS Sports picked up and Just Women's Sports and ESPN. They're all basically writing the same bit. I feel like all of them basically tried to put something into ChatGPT to try to differ it a little bit and be like, but this is how they talked about it.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then
and with this whole thing is I wonder too, was that salary cap overage when somebody was getting traded and somebody else was coming in? Like, when was that overlap?
Because that's the
what
peculiar thing where it's like the salary cap. So the side letters were completed in 2023, but the violation of the salary cap was during 2024. So it was during this current season, and it was 50,000 for 4 weeks. That's a very blip, So
yeah, and I'm like, oh, that's an overlap of a trade. Like that's somebody was there, somebody wasn't.
Yeah.
So either somebody on SEI, somebody was traded, and then somebody else was brought on, and the contracts overlapped at a weird point. Something like that. And there's multiple points in the season that could have happened, which is wild.
In the grand scheme of the monopoly money, right? When we talk about, I mean, it's real money, but sometimes
none of us have that kind of money.
But then sometimes these teams treat it as monopoly money, right? Especially with all the kind of arbitrary rules that American sports place on leagues, with salary caps, with trade deals, with trading my college drafts position. It's like all of those are made up assets that you're just going to pay me $100K for my number 3 pick. It's monopoly money in that sense. So when it comes down to it, $50K for 4 weeks. Yes. They did a no-no. Could they, pay it back plus a fine? Cool. But a 3-point deduction and the first ever deduction in the NWSL.
Yeah, and the thing is that the team themselves were not necessarily at fault, like the players.
No.
And that's the part that I don't like. The fine, absolutely. The suspensions, absolutely. Because people aren't doing their job correctly. But the team who isn't directly, the impact on the field is not, this doesn't impact the play.
Yeah.
None of this. If you do an ad and get paid $25 million, I don't know, whatever, for the ad, that doesn't determine that you're going to have a great game 2 days later.
Yeah.
Like none of that correlates, none of that contributes. I mean, I guess sanity, because now you have more money, but like.
So if they said the violation was because we went, okay, so this is the part that gets me.
Did we even win the game in that month?
Not even that. It's more because it's such a little blip. It's because of some weird, like you said, accounting overlap. And honestly, a lot of this comes down to the one of the kind of mission statements that Angel City has about paying our players what they're worth, right? And the fact that.
And they can't even do that because of the salary cap.
And the fact that Angel City players were supposed to be getting a cut of ticket sales. Right. So when we sell at the stadium, you're putting money in the players' pockets. Things like that. What kind of annoys me is that the way everything is written, it makes it sound like, okay, there was an accounting overlap. It wasn't intentional. Or again, I'm reading into this. It wasn't intentional. It looks like it was an accounting mishap. Or like you said, in the middle of a trade, someone going in, someone going out, something didn't quite add up. So it's only 4 weeks of $50K. Now, if you told me, for the entire,
so $200K total,
and that's what they got fined. But if you told me that for the entirety of the 2024 season, they were over, $135K because that is the salary of a player, then I'd be like, okay, well that fucking sucks because you straight up went over the salary cap to get the advantage.
And that's why baseball and basketball, men's basketball,
to get
have
the advantage,
the luxury tax. And if we're going to play that game, we might as well institute that, because then teams can pay players properly. That's hard to say. Pay players properly, and if they go over, they go over, and they're willing to take that hit. Like,
I mean, the MLS kind of has that with the DP rule, right? Or the Beckham rule, which is which is if a player goes over the salary, right? You have to use your general money to pay their salary down to the max, and then that's what hits your. But you're only allowed to do that with up to 3 players, and then there's other. But you're only allowed to do that with up to 3.
But still, there's ways, because it doesn't make sense. And when you have a salary, the salary cap, the goal is to make sure that players
it's for parity
are paid equitably.
It's for
and for parity. Like the cost of living in Los Angeles, be it the Valley or closer to down here, is astronomically more than half of the cities of this league.
It's expensive out here.
And I know how much some of the players were making here, and it's the same I make. Like, it's normal people money. Like, you can live off of it, but it's not like you're doing a whole hell of a lot. Like, it's like, okay, cool, I can pay my bill.
Yeah.
Then what? And
I ChatGPT the old CBA because I was going to do, when I was already starting to prep for a CBA breakdown during the off season, but I grabbed the old one and I was creating some stuff and got some really good info. All of it is old now because of the new CBA that got signed. But the part that got me was housing. Basically the team pays for housing up to a certain extent. And if the player has complete autonomy, if they don't want to take housing, you know what they get? Whatever the team was going to pay for a double occupancy, like 2-bedroom, you get half of that. So you get a stipend for half of whatever they deem to be paid. Now, I know, and then when I say deem to be paid, or what their market rate is, I know at times it's not really the market rate, because if they set up a deal where it's, well, we're going to only pay $1,500 for these rooms, but you're guaranteed to have us here for 4 years or whatever, then it's okay, cool. But now you've artificially changed, like any apartment in LA is going to be like $2,000, like, yeah.
Yeah, for like a 1-bedroom, but
If basically it's we cheated and we're just dumb enough to get caught. We didn't, and we didn't even benefit from cheating.
It's what Midge Purse said when Canada was caught. If you're gonna cheat, or it was Lynn or Midge, I don't remember. Somebody on Sam Mewis's podcast, but she was like, if you're gonna cheat, at least cheat good. And it's not even that we were cheating; it's that we don't know how to handle things properly.
Or what's the quote? And if you're gonna steal art, steal from the best, or something like that.
Yes, honest to God. And so we didn't really talk about it. I mentioned suspensions, but for those who don't know, Julie Ehrman, who's the president and CEO of Angel City, and Angela Hucles Mangano, the general manager, have been suspended effective immediately. So
Friday.
Last week sometime. Yeah. They were they were suspended from conducting anything related to player transactions for the rest of the year. So don't count on many signings. Don't count on a lot of news out of Angel City, even though we have an assistant GM.
So unless with the assistant GM and the sporting director, if they now have the ability within the organization to basically sign a contract, then we can still get stuff done. But that's if that was already set up in the first place, right? Because technically the league can be like, well, you guys can't approve them to do that because that would be you getting involved.
So we don't know anything about the transition of power or the hierarchy of power within Angel
technically
City.
There is like a board of directors. There is a whole other group that can basically override Julie Ehrman if they needed to, right? So it's possible, but again.
So I got a list of names we need to throw money at. The first one is M.A. Magnola, because duh. The second is Kristen Prep. It's one of those where I'm like, we got some shit to do. Yeah. And y'all effing around. And this is year 3. And this is a rookie mistake. Yeah. And it's disappointing.
This was supposed to be title year, according to the documentary.
Yeah, about that. Anyway, thanks to the Utah Royals and the baddies over in Gotham for keeping us alive this weekend.
And also all the memes of Gotham
Appreciate it.
being next on all of this.
Yeah. Because they got some money over there.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, what happened this weekend, Mario?
All right.
I'm gonna Capri Sun it up.
All right. Well, big congratulations to the one and only Marta and Orlando for winning the Supporter Shield. They, with their win this weekend against the Spirit, they have clinched. And not only have they clinched, they still have got 3 more matches. There's been talk about Orlando basically becoming like the first Invincibles, the first Invincibles in the NWSL. If they go completely undefeated to the end of the season, they have a possible total of 66 points. Right now the record is 57 and they have 57 points.
Yeah.
So
that team, and like I said, I'm a homer. I love Angel City, but that team has been through it. That team has gone through so much through like the early days of the NWSL. Marta has been such a steward of this league, convincing her other Brazilian players to come over, convincing. We are so international because of Marta as a league. She has been through so much. That team went through, their fan base went through a lot when the Pulse shooting happened. The fan base has been through hell and back because of Florida. There's just so much that's
they're about to get hit by a
the Orlando fan base.
Hurricane.
Honestly, like, shit's bad right now weather-wise, you guys. So just if you know anybody in the Gulf, in the Florida East Coast South area, send them well wishes. Keep an eye out. Like, just be there for your family, your friends, all that. Yeah. This team deserves this in a way I cannot articulate. I'll cry about it. Literally, okay. I'm starting to, so I'm stopping.
And I think I've asked you this before. If it comes down to us miraculously making it to the final and Marta winning.
No.
You're not going to answer? Are you going to answer this time?
It's Marta all the way. Orlando's going to kick our ass if that's the case. Honestly,
well, on that point,
I want them to win I want them to win everything.
On that point, though, there have ever only been 2 shield winners and championship winners that have basically pulled the double, and both of them were North Carolina. If Orlando does pull off winning the championship to cap off a crazy, amazing year, it's just that much more exciting and record-breaking. But again, playoffs, they're different. And like right now, everybody's kind of playing to survive and playing to get into the playoffs. Once you're there, every single game is balls to the wall. Like there's no tomorrow. So you go for it.
Yeah.
So with that being said, overall scores, we had Houston losing to the Red Stars 0-2. We have the Courage beating the Wave. Thank you. 2-1. We have Gotham beating Bay FC 5-1. We have Racing losing to KC. Thank you, KC. 0-2. We have Portland losing to Utah. Thank you, Utah. 1-2. And then, of course, we have Orlando winning 2-0. And then that brings us to the standings. We got deducted 3. So we were in 11th place with 22 points on Thursday. By Friday, we were in 12th place with 19 points because we got a 3-point deduction effective immediately. And then
I think that's just such bullshit. I hate that's honestly the only part of the entire SmackDown that I disagree.
If you listen to our pod,
because that's never been done. Like, what the hell?
If you've listened to our pod last week, I went down this rabbit hole of the Devil's Trifecta and it would only go into effect if we lost. If we lost, then there was a possibility of us being eliminated, and 3 things had to go in a particular order. Because of the points deduction, it didn't matter if we won or lost. It was in effect. But if we lost, then it would have put us in an even worse position because we would have been down at 19 points. So either way, all of that is to say we are currently at 11th place, 22 points, back in the spot we were before this last game. We made up that 3-point deduction, and the Devil's Trifecta did not come into effect. Now into my permutation corner. I don't know how I missed Orlando clinching the Shield, but I missed it. Also, my brain was fried with all the other variations that we were doing. But the Current with a win or draw, or with Angel City winning, clinch home field advantage. Seattle and Utah, if they draw, they're both eliminated.
Oof, that's a hell of a matchup.
So whoever, and then if someone wins, of course the other one's eliminated.
That's a battle to the death.
If the Red Stars win, they clinch the playoffs. Okay, now we're down to ourselves.
Dun, dun, dun.
So while we are not mathematically eliminated, this is the Optimist podcast where we are holding ever so tightly to the hope.
Like 7 candles lit.
There's sage. Next time we get to BMO, there's going to be sage going around. Yeah.
Honestly though, somebody needs to cleanse the FO and BMO.
Okay, here's the possibilities with us. We're not mathematically eliminated. We're still hoping out for the universe to be like, smack, the wave down, smack Bay FC, smack them all down so that we can make it squeak in there. And then lose in the first match. But either way, we'll make it to the playoffs.
We'd be playing Orlando. Like, come on.
Okay, I'm not going to get into it now, but there is a possibility of us getting 7th, which means we would pay the Spirit.
Oh, Lord.
Possibly. Okay. So ACFC lost and a Reign win. Then we've been eliminated. An ACFC win that we absolutely need if we want any chance to make it to the playoffs needs a combination of other people dropping points from here on to the end. We can get a max of 31 points. The Wave is the only other team that has a max of 31 points, so we're basically tied, except they're beating us with goal differential. And then Bay FC, Thorns, and Racing are all reachable. And by reachable, I mean the Wave only need to drop 3 points in the last 3 games.
Please.
Bay FC need to drop 6.
Oof.
Thorns need to drop 6. And Racing need to drop 6. Now, our best bet are the Thorns. 1, because we play them. And we have to win out all our matches. So there you go, your 3 points. And 2, Thorns still play Orlando.
Ooh, shit.
So those 2 matches right there,
please,
might help us out. So honestly, all of this is going to keep coming up every single episode. If we keep surviving, we cannot secure the playoffs basically till decision day. So let's keep up hope, everyone. Let's keep it going. And it's going to be like last year again, where it came down to decision day and I spent half the game on my phone.
My battery was dead. I had a backup battery. Everybody like, Angela, what's the score? Angela, what's happening? Everybody just stood around waiting after the game.
I was getting so many text messages, WhatsApps, and Slack messages from people like trying to figure out scores.
Yeah, permutation primo. That's what you are. You're the permutation primo. I love that.
Hey, pretty much. Hey, let me know. Okay,
that's perfect.
Let's celebrate when we can. So what happened this weekend?
Absolutely. So this weekend, one of Eva's best friends got married and it was fantastic. So we were up in the Bay Area. So I had to watch the game on my phone because our hotel's TV did not have the ability to stream Amazon Prime, which was dumb, but whatever. By the time I was able to get my phone pulled up, we had already scored because our homegirl, M.A. Vengola, scored in the 33rd minute. And let me tell you, that was one of the most beautiful freaking goals I have ever seen. And we posted a reel today, Monday, prove the fact that we sometimes know what we're talking about. We just got to haul ass up the pitch.
Yeah. I think if I can remember, I'm going to try to do this more often because I want to say we're more spot on than we think we are a couple of times. Like there's been a handful of times.
It's wild.
And so, yeah, like we've talked about when we get down to trying to hold the ball too much, that's when we lose it. That's when we start getting into our heads. When we start having Alyssa trying to dribble and juke out 5 players, like you're like this big.
Can she
you're
do
like
it?
this big.
Yes.
Can you do it? Yes, but like most of the time, no. Like you this big, and they're gonna body you.
And if you've got 5 players on you, means we have 4 other people open.
Exactly. And we've talked about the best, most beautiful way we've ever seen goals scored is whenever we keep everything free flowing, free moving, 1-2 touch, back and forth, kind of keep the ball moving. Don't stop the ball. That's exactly what happened.
And that's exactly what happened. Alyssa had the ball. Granted, I didn't really see the build up. So I just see Alyssa with the ball. And she brings it up a little bit further, threads the needle so perfectly to MA, who made a beautiful route. Like, I don't know if she is learning from the team her boyfriend plays for because he's a football player or what. I'm here for it. I'm here for it regardless.
It was
that
beautiful.
route was, she just cut. And as soon as she got the ball, she shifted her weight, pulled their keeper out, just a little lean, and just shot the ball right past her. It was it was so
Alyssa's
good.
assist, basically a no look pass.
Beautiful.
No look pass. Just
yes.
Right there. But it was because they knew what was going on.
Yes. They were on the same page. They were like, I see you. And this goal is nominated for goal of the week. So go vote,
people,
if you haven't already.
Hopefully this comes out in time for you. So go vote for goal of the week, and then get ready to actually vote. Both. Do both.
Vote. Yeah, vote for everything. But no, this was a very, very, very much needed 3 points because it basically negated what happened and kept us where we were, which is so we needed it.
Okay.
Super needed win for morale, for mathematics, for hope.
Yes.
We needed this so bad.
Well,
so
I
bad.
was watching it, saw the goal. It was amazing. Then it was bedtime, so I had to go do the bedtime stuff. And then I came back out and kept with the Discord and keeping up. And, as soon as I got back out, is towards the end of the second half. And then there was a DD play that everybody just automatically went.
Oh, the Discord was pissed.
Okay, so beyond that, we're being happy about this match. The prompt was 3 points. Are you hopeful or not holding your breath? But the prompt on the Discord was a lot more expletive full, but it was great. It was great fun banter. Come join us on the Discord.
It's a good time.
Ethan gave us our match haiku. Alyssa carries beast. Nola out of control. I love it. I just saying it out loud too. And then hold out for chance, hope. And that's exactly what we do on this podcast is we're holding out for hope. We're holding on to that hope until it causes us mental anguish and we are heartbroken and we need to go be by ourselves on the couch.
Take a week off and then record the season closing episode.
Exactly. All right. Nick came in. The beauty of Discord, you don't have to actually write anything. You come in with a GIF. And he came in with the woot woot SpongeBob GIF. And I freaking love it. Dustin came in with big feelings over here about the off-field news, but so happy for the win for the players. The relief was palpable. I thought we looked pretty damn good tonight. Yessie came in with hopeful with a ton of exclamation points and let's fucking go. Kay, keep hope alive, homies. Which,
Kay can be in a good mood because she just got back from a whole freaking European adventure. Went to Iceland, saw the Northern Lights, was in Ireland, like all this kinds of cool shit. She's relaxed.
And she got back to a win. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so she's fine. I'm not jealous in the slightest. She's gonna hear this and text me and be like, "What the hell, dude?" Zach came in and said, "I'm hopeful, holding my breath, and we still have fire under us," and it's the fire emoji. It's the arrow where it says end underneath. Let's end on our terms. Zach is always going to give us emojis. Yeah. He's committed to the bit, and I'm here for it. Katie said, expectations low, hopes are high. On the Discord, she put, we evened out our FO's 3-point deduction for effing around and finding out. Shruggy guy. Also, didn't get to watch the game, so I'll go back and watch it at some point. Mixed feelings, to be honest. Super happy about the win. Sad we're showing up now. And I'm not a mathy person, so I don't know what this means in permutations, but I think it means we still have a lot of things that need to go exactly right. Yes.
See, about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And
Janelle,
I was going to say, so Katie, not only did her husband gain citizenship and we're all excited for her, she also flew down for her birthday, or an early birthday, down to Houston to see the Dash. Help us out. Wait, no. Dash lost.
Yeah.
Did they win?
Oh, yeah. Dash lost. Yeah, no, they lost.
Either way, she flew down.
But she saw her girl Paige.
She flew down there to support Paige. She got to get a picture with Paige, got a picture.
Oh, she did? I didn't see
She got a picture with Paige's sister and just good stuff. Looks like she had a great time. Again, great trip. Congratulations for your husband on the citizenship, and let's keep it going.
Yeah. So Janelle came in and said, hope. Always hope. Which, I'm trying. Yeah. And then Jeff said, was at the game. Lumen is no BMO. Vibes are unmatched at home. This is probably our best complete game of the season. We had control most of the match, no glaring mistakes, and better defensively. Need to finish chances still, but overall, great game. It's always nice to hear when somebody's actually there. Like, the vibe is so different sometimes. Like, there's been games where I'm there and you're watching at home, and we're watching a completely different game.
And I posted up a picture on the Discord right as the match started, and I was like, hey, this is kind of sad to see. I know Lumen Field is huge. It's a football stadium.
Yeah.
But
it
looked so empty.
It's also a little bit out of the city. It's like on the outskirts of Seattle, and it's kind of hard to get to.
No, like they have a train.
Well, yeah, like if you're coming from work, you're not always close.
That's true. It was a Friday. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So overall, everybody has some good vibes happening, and that's fantastic. Coming up, we're playing the Courage, and we need courage to get through this one. They are a very good team. They're a storied team in the league. Like Mario said, they have won the Shield and won the championship in the same year. Like, they are a winning team. I do want to say I'm so freaking happy for them right now because they're being sold, and their stupid ass owner and folks are getting out. This is fantastic because that fan base has been through hell and back in those 3 seasons. Had a homophobe on the team. The main supporter group is like, what the hell? You're now saying that this is a safe place for us, but you're encouraging somebody who actively hates us to be on your team. This is the same player who I don't think deserves a name shout out, but she's very good. Had been on and off the national team, refused to wear the pride numbers. Okay.
Yeah.
That says enough.
You can be a good player and you can also be a shit human. So, I mean,
we got a few of those still on the team. Anyway, that's for a different conversation. But no, they're in the process of selling the team and getting new ownership. And the really, 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 really cool thing that makes me extremely happy is that Lauren Holiday's involved. I've talked about Cheney on this podcast before. She was a game changer. Her maiden name is Cheney. Sorry. For those who don't know, it's Lauren Cheney Holiday. She's married to Drew Holiday, who plays currently for the Celtics. They are the family of sports right now, and it's beautiful. She was one of the people on the national team who effectively changed the culture of the team to make them what they are, in how they prepared and how they treated each other and how they did everything. She's just magnificent. She has been through hell and come out on the other side. She wasn't seen in the public for a long time. She had a couple different, all kinds of health issues happening. She had a lot has happened in the last few years to the Holiday family. So happy she's back out in the world. The world needs Lauren Holiday, very genuinely. And I'm so pumped for North Carolina to be getting new ownership. Hopefully it's better and they can do even more and rebuild the relationship with their fan base. Like, it went from packed stadiums to nothing because of what happened with the ownership group and what they were supporting and not supporting. And it's been a lot. But yeah, super happy. I just wanted to talk about that because it's majorly important to get, how can I say this nicely? Shit bags out of ownership. I'm just saying, maybe we don't do that anymore.
Yeah. But, R.I.P.
It's harder than it looks. That's also a shit bag that needed to sell the team because that's some bullshit.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, anyway. I digress. Again.
Yes. In regards to Angel City, give me the offense. Like, pump it in my veins.
Oh, jeez.
I said last episode, where's our 5-3-2? Give me a 7-3. Like, just have Sarah and then Dee Dee in the back and just run everybody out. Like, we got this. Give it to me in my vein. This is what I meant. Just skip the midfield. Go from defense to offense, and that's it. Just everybody push. Everybody crash the box. I almost like crash the boards. Like, this is rebounding. Just freaking do it. What do we have to lose at this point? Just go. Run fast and go.
I'm again, me being me, I'm preparing stuff for our end of year analysis whenever that actually comes, whether it's sooner rather than later. But with all of that, I have been looking into how often we've been using the same starting 11.
Yeah, this is telling.
Yeah, I think very telling, and it's very low. I'm just going to say right now, it's very low, lower than you might think. Maybe not as low as some of you think, but
yeah.
So it's when things work, let's not mess with it. And there's been a lot of times where things worked, and then we go ahead and mess with it,
and we messed with it,
and then it fucks everything up. Everybody looked really good in this last game. Start the same 11. You know where we stand on the number one. We can switch that one out in the starting 11, but give or take at this point. And we said run up there. Right now it's scramble and paw and claw your way into the playoffs, because then everything changes from there. Yeah. So if we do have to play some boring ball where it's score first and then sit back and hold it for 45 minutes, I'm not going to be mad. Everybody else might be mad. I'm not going to be mad. It's going to gain us.
If we have to park the bus, it's like the opposite of the Extreme Home Makeover where they're like, move that bus. I'm like, no, park that shit.
Yeah. But on the other side, a tie doesn't do us any good. A loss doesn't do us any good. So if it's coming down to it, send Dee Dee the fuck up there for every single corner kick. She is going to be another player in that. She's tall.
Yes.
Get her, use it. Don't
just get everybody involved.
Look, if we went for it and then they lobbed one over and it got into the goal, we were going to lose the game anyways. It doesn't matter if we lose by 2 or by 1. It's not going to matter.
Yeah.
A loss is a loss. Go for it.
Just go for it. Like, there's nothing to lose at this point. Either we don't make the playoffs or we do on a hope and a prayer. Cool. there are a couple familiar faces on the Courage who I think a lot of people miss, honestly, myself included. Tyler Lucy is one of them. You may remember her from season 1 with her pink headband and pink boots and her rolled up sleeves. She is part of No Sleeves FC, where these women just show their guns off and nobody hates it. So Tyler Lucy is a goal scoring machine. You may remember too that she kind of transitioned to defense since we had no defenders our first season. Everybody was hurt. She transitioned the game we played the Spirit, and she guarded Trinity Rodman and essentially shut her down. That was dope. But she is very good, very crafty, very fast, kind of a streak on the field, just like pew, pew. We need to defend her very well. Put MA or Maddie Curry on her. We need legs. Like, she's got speed and she's got stamina. Give her to the youth. Yeah. And then the one, the only Danny Weatherholt, who I just miss so much. Genuinely. Eva and I were joking when this trade happened. Like, this is Tyler Lucy's. Like, she recruited her. How dare she? No, I genuinely miss Danny's leadership and her presence in the midfield and the vibes. She is a fantastic human. She builds relationships in the community. She holds it down in the midfield for her team. She's just fantastic and fun to watch and just nice. She's gritty as shit too. She will throw you to the ground and be like, "What?" And then be like, "Oh my God, it was so good to see you after the game." She's from LA.
I think that's my favorite point or part of all of this. Yeah. And it's something that I just wish more people paid attention to, where like when the players lose, they absolutely feel it. They are absolutely 100% pissed off that they just lost.
Mm-hmm.
But they also understand that they just lost a game. And those are their colleagues. Those are their friends. Those are people
they went to college with.
Those are family, extended family,
and,
that they've played on teams together for, years. So, again, it's just a game. It's 90 minutes.
Mario says this because he never competed at a super high level, and I don't know what it means to say it's just a game. I'm like, it's not, though.
Hey, I take that as a dig at my personal ability.
Okay, and?
Okay, Miss School Record Holder, geez. That's still standing?
I'm just saying. Yeah. What about it? High school and college.
It's just a game.
It's not. No.
Okay.
The hard thing is that it is just a game. Like, I fully understand that. Like, abide by that. But also, I'm just like, no, not when you feel it in your bones. You're mad about it for 3 days because you know when you messed up. Like, or you know what happened or what broke down. It's a whole thing, guys.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that big of a deal in NWSL. I don't think I've ever seen stuff being thrown on the pitch for an NWSL match. But everything else,
I think it's happened, but nothing. It's one of those, like, why did you do that? Like, that's embarrassing. Don't act like that.
He doesn't even go here.
Honestly, that's what would happen. Ew, go away. But for Angel City, I just want to talk about Emma. Like, genuinely, after this week, I'm just like, first of all, that's our girl. We here at Casual FC, I can essentially speak for the both of us and our pseudo producer Eva, throw money at MA to get her to stay.
Yes.
Throw money at her. She deserves it. She has earned it. And who else is doing what she does?
Also, we have merch ideas for MA that we want to use next year.
Let us do it, because then it's cooler. Like, don't mess with the vibe. We have plans.
I mean, we've talked. There's a handful of players that we've talked about where we're like we want to see them let loose, and under a system like Tweeds, at times they can't, but they can. It seems to work when it works. Again, not a tactician. I don't know why it's working at one point and not working at the other, but still, when you let her fly and when you let Curry fly when you let Sarah just boss down and be that back wall. Shit happens, you know?
If we're going to play through our defense, let the defense play. Let him run.
When Alyssa has someone to pass and bounce off of, she will assist. She will score. When Bright has someone to assist and pass off of, she will score. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Sid. But
with Claire,
with all of them, anybody. They all have the ability. We all have the ability. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I believe there's a part of me that genuinely believes if we squeak into the playoffs and we find the mojo, which we've been trying to fucking find all fucking year, if we find that mojo, we could make it all the way. We could.
There's always
the possibility. Okay.
The probability might be low. Yes. And this is you're looking at a girl who did not pass statistics twice out of the 3 times she took it because she hates it. But like the probability might be low, but the possibility still exists.
I went into art.
That's the funniest thing you've ever said. I went into art.
I mean, I took all the math classes, and I took physics and whatnot, but also,
oh man,
in one ear right out the other.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, but with this matchup, this is actually a much different scoreline than I realized.
Oh, our matchup?
So
yeah.
Our matchup with the Courage. We have 1 draw, 1 loss, and 3 wins. Yep. I had not put that together. Now looking back, I know when those games were. Yeah, so we've won 3 times. You know what would be dope? If we do it 4.
Do it 4.
One more. Just do it again. One more again. Just do it again. That's all. That's all I'm going to say. I just want us to ball out. Same thing as last game. All the offense. Just go.
Like, what if you put like 100 in there?
Yeah. Honestly, what if you just did this more?
Okay. And we're going to get that 4th win Saturday, October 12th at WakeMed Soccer Park. North Carolina Courage versus Angel City FC. 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. It's going to be on ionTV and on iHeartRadio on the radio app with Isaac and Tracy. And Angel City will be having their official watch party at Watch Me Sports Bar in Long Beach. It starts at 3:30 with a special screening of Surrender to the Sound documentary about all the supporters. Go support an amazing filmmaker, and the game starts at 4:30. And like I said, be nice to the servers. Be aware that if it's packed, it's going to take longer for you to get stuff. Order a drink. That's quicker.
That's why you get there early. Yeah.
If you want to eat, get there early and eat. If you want to hang out with everybody and have fun and watch the game, you're probably going to be doing more drinking than eating. Or if you do eat, it's going to take longer.
Eat before you go.
Yes. And with all of that being said, if you're here with us so far, you probably like what you hear, so hit subscribe wherever you're listening. If you need to find a special link for a new app that you want to use to listen to podcasts for some reason, go ahead, go to casualfc.com. All the pod links are there. We're also on YouTube in video form and on Spotify in video form. Not exactly right when the episode comes out, usually a couple hours later because I have to manually do it. It's a thing. Follow us on socials. So Casual FC Pod on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Threads.
And TikTok doesn't hate us anymore because you get to see our face.
Yay.
Our faces. Whatever.
But now Instagram for some reason hates us because it's like your video is too long, or I'll talk to you about the notice. Best ways to support the pod. The free way is to share, comment on any one of our posts on social media, or better yet, on actual Apple Podcasts or Spotify or YouTube. Engagement is the best way for other people to find it and for the algorithm to share it. Grab some of our merch at shop.casualfc.com. We have some fun stuff that are still up there. We're never taking it down until
never ever
until there's a reason to. And if you feel so inclined, help support the pod by buying us a coffee. Check out our link on our socials, buymeacoffee.com/casualfcpod. a couple bucks helps us keep the light on and helps us keep going.
Just one light.
Just one light.
Just one.
This light right here. And then tell a friend about the pod. It brings us good luck, and we just package that good luck, wrap it up with a nice little bow, and we send it to ACFC and to the players so that they can use it on the field. So with all that being said, register to vote. Check your registration. We'll see you on Saturday. Bye.
Bye.